Before we dive into this absolutely devastating story, I need you to hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to tell you, it's going to show you how one night, one mistake, one moment of weakness can destroy multiple lives forever. This is American Shadow, where we expose the secrets people try to bury, where we reveal the betrayals that happen when people think nobody's watching. Drop a comment and tell me what state you're watching from. Texas, California, Florida, New York, Georgia. Let me know where the American Shadow family is at today. Now, let me tell you about Darius Miller and his wife Tamara, a couple who seemed perfect, a couple who had everything, until they went to their best friend's wedding, until Darius made a choice that would haunt him forever, until one night of passion turned into a lifetime of regret. This is the story of betrayal, lies, and a secret that came out in the worst possible way, at a baby shower, in front of everyone, when the woman Darius slept with revealed she was pregnant with his child. Buckle up. This one gets messy. Darius Miller was 33 years old, living in Houston, Texas. He worked as a software engineer for a tech company downtown. Good money, good career, good life. Darius was the kind of man women wanted and men respected. Tall, fit, confident, covered in tattoos that told his story, a compass on his chest representing his journey, his wife's name, Tamara, tattooed on his forearm, a quote on his ribcage that said, "Loyalty above all." Ironic, considering what he was about to do. Darius had been married to Tamara for 5 years. They'd met in college, dated for 3 years, got married at 28. Everyone said they were relationship goals, the couple that would make it, the ones who proved love was real. Tamara was 31, beautiful, successful, working as a marketing director. She had delicate script tattoos on her collarbone that said, "Forever his," and a small heart on her ankle with Darius's initial inside. They had no kids yet. They'd been trying for 2 years with no success. It was causing some strain on their marriage, some tension, some quiet disappointment every month when Tamara took another negative pregnancy test. But they were solid. They loved each other. They were committed. They were faithful. Or at least, Tamara was. In May of 2023, Darius's best friend from college, Marcus Thompson, got engaged. Marcus was marrying his girlfriend of 4 years, a woman named Simone. Marcus asked Darius to be his best man. Of course, Darius said yes. They'd been boys since freshman year, brothers from different mothers, ride or die. The wedding was set for August 19th, 2023. Destination wedding in Cancun, Mexico, all-inclusive resort. 5 days of celebration, parties, and paradise. Darius and Tamara were excited. They needed this, a vacation, time away from the stress of trying to conceive, time to reconnect, time to just breathe. They flew to Cancun on August 16th. The resort was beautiful, white sand beaches, crystal clear water, luxury accommodations, perfect weather, paradise. The wedding party was staying at the resort, the bride's family, the groom's family, all the friends, about 50 people total, close-knit group, everyone knew everyone, and that's where Darius met her. Gabriella, Simone's younger sister, the maid of honor. Gabriella was 26 years old, stunning, absolutely stunning. She had that effortless beauty that made heads turn, long dark hair, perfect body, warm smile, infectious laugh. She was single, recently out of a bad relationship. Heartbroken but hiding it well. She was the life of the party, fun, spontaneous, the kind of woman who made everyone around her feel alive. Darius noticed her immediately. He wasn't blind, he could see she was beautiful, but he was married. He loved Tamara, so he kept it professional, friendly but appropriate. The first 2 days were fine, normal, wedding festivities, rehearsal dinner, beach parties. Darius and Tamara were having a great time, reconnecting, laughing, enjoying paradise together. But on day 3, something shifted. It was the bachelor-bachelorette party night. The men went to one club. The women went to another. Tamara went with the bride and bridesmaids. Darius went with Marcus and the groomsmen. The plan was to meet back at the resort by 2 a.m., get some sleep before the wedding the next day. But Darius didn't make it back by 2 a.m., because at 1:30 he ran into Gabriella, alone, at the resort bar. She'd left the bachelorette party early, said she wasn't feeling it, didn't want to be around all the coupled-up women talking about love and marriage when she'd just gotten out of a relationship. Darius should have gone to his room, should have gone back to Tamara, but something made him sit down. Something made him order a drink. Something made him say, "You okay?" And that's where it started. Darius and Gabriella talked for 2 hours. Just talked about life, about relationships, about heartbreak, about dreams and disappointments and everything in between. Gabriella told him about her ex, how he cheated on her, how he destroyed her trust, how she didn't know if she'd ever be able to love someone fully again. Darius told her about his struggles with Tamara, about trying to have a baby, about the pressure, about how every month felt like failure, about how they'd stopped being lovers and become partners in disappointment. He shouldn't have shared that, shouldn't have been that vulnerable with another woman. But something about the night, the alcohol, the tropical air, it loosened his tongue, made him say things he'd never said out loud. "You're a good man," Gabriella said, her hand on his arm. "Tamara is lucky to have you." "I don't feel like a good man right now," Darius said. "I feel like I'm failing at everything." "You're not failing," Gabriella said, moving closer. "You're human. You're allowed to struggle. You're allowed to feel." They were sitting close now, too close. Darius could smell her perfume, could feel the heat radiating from her body, could see the way she was looking at him. He should have left, should have said good night, should have walked away, but he didn't. "I should go," Darius said, standing up. "It's late. Wedding tomorrow." "Right," Gabriella said, standing too. "Big day." They walked toward the elevators. Their rooms were on the same floor, different ends of the hallway, but the same floor. They got in the elevator together. Silence, tension, both of them feeling it, both of them knowing something was happening, something dangerous. The elevator stopped on their floor. The doors opened. They stepped out. "Good night, Darius," Gabriella said. But she didn't move, just stood there, looking at him, waiting. And Darius made the worst decision of his life. "Do you want to talk more?" he asked. "In my room. Just talk." Gabriella smiled. "Just talk?" "Just talk," Darius said. But they both knew it was a lie. They went to Darius's room. Tamara was asleep, passed out from the bachelorette party. Darius had texted her earlier saying he'd sleep on the couch so he wouldn't wake her, but he didn't sleep on the couch. He took Gabriella to the balcony, away from the bedroom, away from his sleeping wife. They had another drink, kept talking. The conversation got deeper, more intimate, more dangerous. And then Gabriella kissed him. Darius should have stopped it, should have pushed her away, should have said no, but he didn't. He kissed her back, hard, passionate, like he was drowning and she was air. "We shouldn't," Darius said, pulling back. "I'm married. You're Simone's sister. This is wrong," Gabriella finished. "I know, but doesn't it feel right?" And in that moment, it did. God help him, it did. They had sex on that balcony, under the stars, with his wife sleeping 50 feet away, with his best friend's wedding happening the next day, with everything he'd built about to come crashing down. It lasted 20 minutes, maybe 30. And when it was over, Darius felt sick, immediately, deeply, soul-crushingly sick. "I have to go," Gabriella said, getting dressed. This was a mistake." "Yeah," Darius said, his voice hollow. "A mistake." "We never talk about this again," Gabriella said. "Ever. This never happened." "Agreed," Darius said. Gabriella left. Darius sat on that balcony until sunrise, hating himself, hating what he'd done, knowing he could never undo it, knowing he'd just destroyed everything. The wedding was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Marcus and Simone looked so happy, so in love, so full of hope for their future together. Darius stood next to Marcus as his best man, gave a speech about loyalty and love and commitment. The crowd applauded. People cried. It was perfect. But inside, Darius was dying. Every word felt like a knife, every smile felt like a lie. Every time he looked at Tamara, he wanted to confess, but he couldn't. Not here, not now, maybe not ever. Gabriella was the maid of honor. She stood next to Simone, gave a speech about sisterhood and finding your soulmate. She never looked at Darius, never acknowledged him, like nothing had happened. And for a moment, Darius let himself believe that maybe it hadn't, maybe it was just a dream, a nightmare. Maybe he could forget it, move on, never tell anyone. But deep down, he knew. He knew that secret would haunt him forever. He knew that one night would define the rest of his life. The reception was amazing, dancing, drinking, celebrating. Darius and Tamara danced together. She was so happy, so in love with him, so grateful to be there with him. "I love you," Tamara said, her arms around his neck. "I know things have been hard with the baby stuff, but we're going to be okay. We have each other. That's all that matters." Darius felt tears in his eyes. "I love you too," he said. And he meant it. God, he meant it, which made what he'd done even worse. That night, they made love. Darius and Tamara, in their hotel room, and the whole time, Darius couldn't stop thinking about Gabriella, about what he'd done, about the betrayal. The next morning everyone flew home. Darius and Tamara back to Houston, Marcus and Simone off to their honeymoon, Gabriella back to her life in Dallas. And Darius told himself he'd never see Gabriella again, that this was over, that his marriage would survive. He was wrong. For the next 6 months, Darius tried to forget. He threw himself into his marriage, was extra attentive to Tamara, extra loving, extra present, trying to make up for what he'd done without ever telling her what he'd done. Tamara noticed the change, thought it was growth, thought he was finally dealing with the stress of their fertility struggles in a healthy way. They kept trying for a baby, every month, still nothing. It was getting harder, more painful, more desperate. In November, Tamara suggested they see a fertility specialist, get tested, figure out what was wrong. Darius agreed. They made an appointment for January. Meanwhile, Gabriella was going through something else entirely, something that would change everything. She'd missed her period in September, took a pregnancy test. Positive, she was pregnant. At first, she didn't know what to do. She hadn't been with anyone since her ex-boyfriend, except Darius. That one night, that one mistake. She called Darius. First time they'd spoken since the wedding. "We need to talk." Darius's blood ran cold. "About what?" "I'm pregnant. It's yours." The world stopped. Everything Darius feared, everything he'd been running from, it was real. It was happening. The secret was coming out. "Are you sure?" Darius asked, his voice shaking. "Yes. I haven't been with anyone else in months. It's yours, Darius. It's definitely yours." Darius felt like he couldn't breathe. What do you want to do?" "I don't know," Gabriella said. "I need time to think, but I wanted you to know. You deserved to know." They agreed to talk again in a week. Give her time to decide. Give him time to, what? Come clean to Tamara, lie more, run away. Darius was in hell, absolute hell. He'd gotten another woman pregnant while his wife was desperately trying to conceive. The irony was cruel, devastating, unforgivable. Gabriella decided to keep the baby. She wasn't ready to be a mother, but she couldn't terminate. It went against everything she believed. She told Darius in December, "I'm keeping it, and I need you to be involved. Financially, maybe more. I don't know, but you're the father. You have responsibilities." "Does Simone know?" Darius asked, terrified of the answer. "Not yet, but she will. Eventually. I can't hide a baby from my sister." "And Marcus?" "He'll find out too. Everyone will. This isn't something we can hide forever, Darius." Darius knew she was right, But he kept trying, kept stalling, kept hoping for a miracle that would make this all go away. He considered telling Tamara. Multiple times he'd sit her down, open his mouth to confess, and then he'd chicken out. He couldn't do it, couldn't destroy her like that. By February of 2024, Gabriella was 4 months pregnant, starting to show, getting ready for a baby she never planned for, with a man who wasn't really in her life. Simone threw her a baby shower, because that's what you do for your sister. You celebrate, you support. Even if you don't understand how this happened, even if she won't tell you who the father is. Gabriella had been vague about the father, said it was a guy she'd been seeing casually, said he wasn't in the picture, said she was doing this alone. But Simone wasn't stupid. She knew her sister, knew something was off, knew there was more to the story. The baby shower was set for March 10th, 2024. At Simone and Marcus's house in Houston. All the women from the wedding were invited, including Tamara. Darius begged Gabriella not to have the shower in Houston, said it was too risky, too close to home, too dangerous, but Simone insisted, and Gabriella couldn't say no without raising suspicion. So the shower was happening, and Darius was terrified. March 10th, 2024, the day everything came crashing down. Tamara was excited about the shower. She'd bought a gift, had been talking to Simone about it for weeks, was happy to celebrate, even though it hurt that she still wasn't pregnant herself. Darius told Tamara he'd drop her off, pick her up later, didn't want to be anywhere near that house. But Marcus called. "Man, come hang while the girls do their thing. We'll watch the game, drink some beers. It's been too long." Darius couldn't say no without seeming suspicious. So he went. Walked into Marcus's house, into the lion's den, into the place where his secret would finally be exposed. The baby shower was in the backyard, all the women, laughing, playing games, celebrating. Gabriella was glowing, happy, ready to be a mom despite the circumstances. Tamara was sweet to her, bought her a beautiful gift, told her she'd be a great mother, never suspected a thing. Inside, Darius and Marcus watched the game, drank beers, caught up. Marcus talked about married life, about how happy he was, about how he couldn't wait to have kids with Simone someday. "You and Tamara still trying?" Marcus asked. "Yeah," Darius said. "No luck yet." "It'll happen, man. Just be patient. God's timing and all that." Darius wanted to scream. God's timing? He'd gotten another woman pregnant while his wife remained empty. What kind of timing was that? Outside, the shower continued. They played a game. Guess the baby's gender. Everyone wrote down their guesses. And then, someone asked the question Gabriella had been dreading. The question that would end everything. "So, Gabby, are you ever going to tell us who the father is?" The backyard went quiet. Everyone waiting. Everyone curious. Gabriella hesitated, looked around, saw all these women. Her sister's friends, women who'd trusted her, women who'd been at the wedding, women who... And then her eyes landed on Tamara. Sweet, kind, unsuspecting Tamara, wearing a necklace with Darius's name on it, smiling, innocent. And Gabriella broke. "I can't do this anymore," she said, tears streaming down her face. "Can't do what?" Simone asked, concerned, confused. "Lie. I can't keep lying. The father, he's someone you all know." Everyone leaned in, curious, concerned. "Who?" someone asked. Gabriella looked directly at Tamara. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And Tamara's face changed, because she knew. Before Gabriella even said the name, she knew. "It's Darius," Gabriella said. "The father is Darius. It happened at your wedding, Simone. I'm so sorry. We were drunk. It was a mistake. But it happened. And now he's having a baby with me instead of his wife." The backyard erupted, women gasping, Simone screaming, "Tamara!" Tamara just sat there, frozen, in shock, unable to process what she'd just heard. Inside, Marcus heard the commotion, ran outside. What's going on? Ask your best man, Simone yelled, pointing at Gabriella. Ask him what he did at our wedding. Marcus looked confused. What are you talking about? Darius got my sister pregnant at your wedding while his wife was sleeping. Marcus turned to Darius, who'd followed him outside, who was now standing there, exposed, caught, no escape. Is that true? Marcus asked, his voice deadly calm. Darius couldn't speak, couldn't move, just stood there, while his entire world collapsed. Is it true? Marcus yelled. Yes, Darius whispered. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Marcus punched him, hard, right in the face. Darius went down, blood pouring from his nose. Tamara finally moved, stood up, walked over to her husband, looked down at him and said quietly, I hope it was worth it. Then she took off her wedding ring, threw it at him, and walked away. The next few weeks were hell, absolute hell. Tamara filed for divorce immediately, took everything, the house, the cars, half his savings, everything. Darius didn't fight it, couldn't fight it. He deserved it all. Marcus ended his friendship with Darius, 20 years of brotherhood, gone, destroyed by one night of betrayal. Simone cut off Gabriella, her own sister, said she'd never forgive her for what she'd done, for ruining her wedding memory, for destroying her friend's marriage. The baby was born in June of 2024. A boy. Gabriella named him Mason. Darius was at the hospital, held his son, and felt nothing. Just emptiness. He pays child support now, sees Mason once a month, supervised visits. Gabriella won't let him be more involved. Says he doesn't deserve to be called a father. Tamara remarried, found a good man, got pregnant within 6 months, had twins. The family she'd always wanted, just not with Darius. Darius lives alone now, in a small apartment, works remotely, barely leaves the house. His reputation is destroyed. His friendships are gone. His family is ashamed. He has a son he barely knows, an ex-wife who hates him, a best friend who won't speak to him, and a tattoo on his forearm that says Tamara, that he can't afford to remove. So what do we learn from Darius Miller's devastating story? First, one night can destroy a lifetime. Darius had 5 years of marriage, 20 years of friendship, a good career, a good reputation, all destroyed by one night of weakness. Second, alcohol and temptation are a dangerous combination. Darius was drunk, vulnerable, in a bad place emotionally, and Gabriella was there, available, willing. That combination, it's deadly. Third, secrets always come out, always. Darius tried to hide it, tried to move on, but Gabriella got pregnant, and once that happened, there was no hiding anymore. Fourth, betrayal has ripple effects. Darius didn't just hurt Tamara, he hurt Marcus, Simone, Gabriella, his unborn son. Everyone in his life was damaged by his choice. And finally, some mistakes you never recover from. Darius lost everything, and he'll never get it back, ever. His son will grow up knowing his father destroyed a family. His ex-wife will tell her new children about the man who betrayed her. Marcus will tell his kids about the friend who violated his trust. Darius's legacy is betrayal. That's all he'll be remembered for. So I want to hear from you. Do you feel any sympathy for Darius? Or do you think he got what he deserved? What about Gabriella? Should she have kept the secret? And Tamara? Do you think she moved on too fast? Comment down below. Tell me what state you're watching from, and let's talk about this. If this story made you think twice about temptation, if it reminded you that one night can destroy everything, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to American Shadow for more stories that expose the truth about human weakness. This has been American Shadow, where we reveal the secrets, where we expose the betrayals, where we show you that sometimes paradise is just hell in disguise. Until next time, stay faithful, stay loyal, and remember that one night, it's never worth it.